Hello everybody, welcome today. Thank you all for coming. My name is Paige Thompson. I'm president of New Ventures for Universal Destinations and Experiences.
And good evening. My name is John McReynolds. I'm the head of external affairs for Universal Destinations and Experiences around the globe, working with communities such as yourself and all the government and regulatory bodies around the world. We're really pleased to have you here with us tonight. We want to hear from you. This is an engagement period where we want to take your feedback as we look at the potential of this project. I do say potential. We are excited about exploring this, but we have not officially said we are moving forward. We're still in conversations with the government, doing the due diligence on the property to make sure that we have a fully buildable project here. But again, we're excited from what we're seeing today, so much so that we wanted to come and engage with you tonight. So thank you for being here.
We're really happy to be here at Bedford College this afternoon. It's intentional that we're here, and this is the same reason we were on Saturday at another college too, Kimberly College. And that's because we really want to engage with the educational system here in the Bedford area to help train people for future jobs at our resort. We are in the middle, as John said, of a public engagement period. We really would like to get feedback from people by May 3rd. That's because we have to prepare a report for the government on this project. And so we would love to hear all of your suggestions. There are forms you can fill out in the back, or just talk to one of the Universal people that's here in the room, and we'd really like to hear what you have to think about the project. So, how many people have been to a Universal resort somewhere in the world?
All right.
Pretty good number, thank you. We appreciate your business, that's great. What really makes our theme parks different from other amusement parks you might have been to is that all of the lands are themed. So if you go to the Jurassic World land, for example, you walk through the gates, you hear the Jurassic music, every store in that land, every restaurant, everything's the way John Hammond would have built it at Jurassic World. This gives you an idea of the immersive environments we create at our parks. Okay, so right now we have parks around the world. We have our Hollywood, which is the first park we ever built, and the Universal Orlando Resort, which has 2 theme parks right now, and the third one, Epic Universe, coming next year, which is going to be amazing. We have a theme park in Osaka, Japan, and in Singapore and in Beijing. But you'll notice in the middle of the map, there's a big empty spot there in Europe. And we've been looking for some time to explore the possibility of building a park here in Europe. And why Europe? Why the UK? Well, the UK has a large population already, huge numbers of tourists coming to this part of the country. We know, as you showed with your own hands, that people love our product in the UK. We have more than 1 million people come to Orlando every year to visit us. And finally, it's just really a vibrant, creative community here in this area, and we look forward to tapping into that.
And I get the easy question. Why Bedford? Why not Bedford? Think about it. Within 2 hours, 50% of this country can get here. Within 3 to 3.5 hours, you can get from most of the major capitals of Europe. Why not Bedford? The fact is, you are a hidden gem. The connectedness of our site in particular to the grid, the transportation grid, is stunning. And what we're hoping to do is build upon that connection. But first, let me start and dispel one myth. The myth that a park like ours comes in and overwhelms the transportation system. The reality is, when you're going to work, that's when our guests are coming in. They're counter to the flows of the local community, everywhere we operate around the globe. Who here is taking the train down to London in the morning? Pretty full, right? Is that train coming back full or empty in the morning? It's coming back empty. That's when I need those seats. We run counter to the normal flows of traffic. We use the unused capacity in the system. But on top of that, as part of this, we're going to help facilitate a Wixom station that is not a 2-platform, but a 4-platform solution. An east-west rail line from Oxford to Bedford. Now, we'll let the local community figure out Bedford from Cambridge. But from Oxford to Bedford, you notice that the government just put money to expedite and move up that project. Also, we're working with National Highways, and we cannot say enough good things about them. Building slip lanes, slip roads, directly from the 421 into our property, and then we take the queuing on our property. Why? So it's all the impacts are on the land that we own and control. So why us and why Bedford? Because we can make this work and actually help facilitate some improvements for the community as well.
There are a couple other reasons too why this is a great site for us. First of all, it's big enough to enable us to build the type of resort we want to build. We've bought 476 acres so far, with an option on another 60 acres to go. Secondly, it's flat. It's a whole lot easier to build on flat land. Half of it's farmland and the other half used to be a brickworks. And thirdly, it was slated for development already in the town plan. So this is land that's going to be developed with some use, and we think a beautifully landscaped resort is a really great use for that. And then finally, it's just the positive reaction that we've gotten here from all the people in Bedford, whether it's all of the local officials and town leaders, or whether it's just the people who've come up and talked to us so far. This is probably the most enthusiastic response we've ever had for any project we've ever worked on. So we really appreciate that. We don't take it for granted, and we really appreciate you showing up today to share your thoughts with us.
And what we love is the pride of the heritage and the environment around here. We like to celebrate that. The land that we own is a former bricks works, the Kempson Hardwick Brickworks, and half the land is farm. And we love that for the history, but more importantly, there's wonderful water bodies surrounding this property and running through this property. And guess what? Unlike most developers that want to get rid of that water, I want to use that water, create aesthetics that are just stunning, and plant trees, and celebrate park in the word theme park. So there's a place in Orlando, Florida, where we're building a similar park right now. And next to our site is a very protected water body, and we've gone in and we've created uplands and wetlands and habitat and control structures to protect a thing called Shingle Creek. Anybody here ever heard of Shingle Creek? Oh, good. It is the headwaters of the Everglades, one of the most special water bodies in the world. And we have gotten all kinds of awards from the state of Florida and the United States government about how we have protected that. And if we can protect the headwaters to the Everglades, we can do something very special next to your county park and celebrate the water that exists on this site.
This is already a historic presentation. Someone actually answered yes to the Shingle Creek question. We've been doing this for a while, and I've never seen anyone say yes before. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits to the area from this project. And the first one is most obvious, which is jobs. So during the construction period, we estimate that we'll create 20,000 jobs in total, with a peak on site of 5,000 jobs. And after we open the resort, we would have 8,000 jobs on an ongoing basis, rising over time to more like 10,000 jobs. And we know from our past experience that every time we create a job on site, we create another 1.5 jobs in the surrounding community of people that are providing us with products or services. So it's something that will benefit the entire area. And at Universal, we're very proud of the fact that we don't just create jobs, we create careers for people. Because in our company, it's very possible to start at an entry-level job as an hourly worker and rise to management position. So just as evidence of that, 50% of our management team at the University of Orlando started as hourly workers. Karen Irwin, who's the president and runs the entire resort, 3 theme parks, 1 water park, 8 hotels, soon to be 11, 20 restaurants. She started running 1 cart when she graduated from the university. And Tom Berman, who runs Osaka, Beijing, and Singapore, started cleaning bathrooms as an hourly worker. So it really is possible to provide training at every level of the company to try to help people advance in their careers.
And partnering with local organizations. 1, businesses. If we do move forward, shortly after we start moving dirt on the property, we'll bring in our procurement team. We do this everywhere we operate around the globe. And have a how to do business with Universal 101. Because we want to work with that local vendor base and have those just-in-time deliveries. Because that vendor base is important to the strength of the community. 2, we want to get involved in the community. Our employees will be working, living, and playing in your community and become a part of it. In this year, last year alone in Orlando, our staff volunteered 60,000 volunteer hours, helping groups in the community. Everything we do starts with our employees. We have a simple phrase that we're governed by. Team member satisfaction, TSAT, equals GSAT, guest satisfaction, equals a fair and equitable return. And if where you work, live, and play is not of the highest quality, and we think Bedford can be, then you're not going to provide a world-class experience. So we want to invest in our team members, invest in the community, and invest in the jobs that we bring online.
Okay, thank you. That's our presentation for today. I hope everyone goes and gets a tea, coffee, soft drink, chocolate toothpaste, whatever you'd like to have. And we really thank you for coming here today as we look at try to evaluate the feasibility of this project and try to figure out whether we can go forward or not. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.